Good morning, Newman Smith. I'm Dr. Jimenez, the proud principal of Newman Smith High School, where our mission is to graduate all scholars to be college, career, or military ready without remediation. Well, our SAT word of the day is ferocity. It is a noun. It's a viciousness, violence. The sample sentence is the lion is just one wild animal known for its ferocity. But I chose ferocity because did you know that our theater UIL one act play advanced to area? Talk about the ferocity of that group. Oh my gosh, fantastic. We're so proud of you. We will compete with Brian Adams and Booker T. Washington next Thursday. And so break a leg, theater UIL. Our quote for today, well, I can't do the quote just yet because I have a few announcements. Absence makeup is after school in the cafeteria. I will be there along with your teachers, and hopefully we can get you some help and get you to make those up. Remember, that is in person in our cafeteria. So if you come there a little early, you can wait in the junior senior lounge while we're getting our buses loaded, and then we will start our absence makeup. Coming up next week, big advertisement for Casey's Run, Let It Shine. We've been doing Casey's Run here in CFB for a long time. If you have any questions, we're going to actually put this on the news next Monday or Tuesday. You'll ask Miss Pace and she can get all of those to you. I've already signed up. I created a team called Trojan Nation. So if you want to run the 5K with Dr. J, then come on, sign up in Trojan Nation. And we're going to be run, walk, talk. We're going to be having so much fun at Casey's Run, and we can do it together. All right, so our quote of the day, 1.21 gigawatts. What did you just say, Dr. J? 1.21 gigawatts. Who can name that movie? Just gave you some wait time. So I don't know if you know, but we have a scholar right here at Newman Smith that is doing a podcast on Spotify called Movies That Never Die. He and his dad are doing this podcast, and it is incredible, obviously talking about movies that never die. Well, that quote, 1.21 gigawatts, is from the movie Back to the Future. And here is Nathan Martinez to talk about his podcast with his dad, Carlos, Movies That Never Die.
Good morning. How's everybody? So basically, I do have the podcast on Spotify. I use a website called Anchor. It's free. Throughout the whole thing, it's free. It's very easy. All you got to do is just hit record and then, and then submit it to Spotify, and then they'll review it and I'll post it on the next.
Post it online.
Yes, in the day.
Okay. So now here's what I noticed. You not only have one podcast, but you've done several with your dad.
Oh yeah, we've done so far 5 episodes of Movies That Never Die.
And now, how do you choose the movies that never die?
Well, before we started this podcast, we had this whole list of movies that we love and we will never forget. And so we're brainstorming the title of the podcast, and we came up with Movies That Never Die. But we had these titles, and we're just going through day by day. Hey, what can we do for this day? And we have this whole calendar. On every other Saturday, we have movies that we could possibly do that Saturday.
And I think the best part, I don't know about you, but I know for me, I have a teenager, and the best part would be watching the movies with them.
Oh, yeah.
And then we get to talk about it. So, and these truly are movies that I can say I have enjoyed with my son. Mm-hmm. So especially the Back to the Future, we have watched the trilogy numerous times. Yeah. I was thrilled to see it on there. What I really love about your podcast is you do what's called best and worst. Mm-hmm. You do flip-flops. You do quotes of the movies. Tell me a little bit about how you chose, or just those categories that you talk about for the movies.
Well, the categories come from another podcast called The Rewatchables. My dad really enjoys that podcast, and so we got that from their podcast. Basically, we came up with best and worst scenes, quotes from the movie that we think are the best, flip-flops, which is basically if we redo the movie today, who can take those roles, and help me on this. It was I'm sorry, this is my podcast and I can't remember what I do.
Well, no, I just love that there's so much, and that you and your dad volley back and forth.
Yes, yeah.
One of the things, and I don't know if I chose the Back to the Future episode because I don't know that all of our scholars have seen Back to the Future. It is a great movie. It was filmed in 1985, and in the trilogy, they go back to 1955 And then they go forward
to 2015.
To 2015, which scholars, it's 2022. That year has already passed.
Yeah.
And so if you haven't watched it, I want you to talk to your advisory teacher, see where you can find it. What are some movies coming up for you guys?
We're going to do Jaws as well as Jurassic Park. Maybe because we've already done Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which is a great movie.
Great movie.
So Jaws, Jurassic Park, and then also if I can remember, we just did the Rocky films, which are great.
Great.
And then we are going to do.
Mr. Cedillo loves Rocky.
Yes, it's a great movie.
He has the poster in his office.
And then if I can remember, we're going to do Shanghai Noon, which is great.
Wow.
Which is a great comedy.
Wow. All right. So again, truly movies that never die. So if I want to find that, I go to Spotify.
Yes.
And just search for movies that never die.
If that doesn't work, it's an acronym, so MTND.
MTND. Got it. For movies that never die.
Yeah.
Nathan, I'm so proud of you, and I'm proud that you've found a way to connect with your parents. You know, we as parents really we want to connect with you guys, and we want to be there for you. And sometimes it's hard to find things to connect over because you guys are growing up so differently than we did.
Yes.
And that's because of technology.
Yeah.
And so having this in common, and ironic that it uses technology to bring you guys together, I just think is really special. And I thought it was worthy that all of our scholars hear about it.
Yeah.
So I was Nathan's middle school principal too. So it's really, I'm strange for me here. I knew him when he was this tall, not this tall. So I'm super proud of you, Nathan. Yes. Well, we love you. We think you're great. Remember, character counts, and make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.